Welcome back to the splendor of my garden. I've got just my phone on a kind of wiry thing, so it bounces around a little bit. That's okay. It'll give you, since I'm here to talk about the 40th anniversary of XTC's album Black Sea, the movement of the phone might give you a little nautical feeling. A friend of mine asked me recently, I was telling him I've been trying to learn a lot of XTC songs. He said, teach me one that like a kind of moderate player could play, you know, not yacht dance or something really difficult, but something that I could play on my own with a guitar and sing along with. There really aren't that many XTC songs like that, certainly not after kind of drums and wires Black Sea era. Usually you need a couple of guitars and the parts are quite independent rather than a kind of chords with a melody, kind of like blowing in the wind or something. There is one song, I think, possibly others, but certainly one song that stood out to me on Black Sea that you could give that treatment, that one guitar treatment, and that's Towers of London. Oh good, my laundry's stopped. And just to help you learn it, the beginning just outlines very quickly F, C, and G, but you start with the leading tone of F, so an E, and then C with your first finger on the B string, and then now I've got real heavy strings on here. You could bend that up if you want to try to imitate the record. So when you get back to C, so you slide your first finger up C to D, and C, B, G on the G string. On the archtop it sounds quite good, that bit. So now the bit that accompanies the verse, or the first bit, I always think is the chorus, is, now if you ever watched Andy Partridge play the guitar, he never plays his bar chords with the root, he always plays them with a fifth at the bottom. See, when you see them playing in concert and videos, he always plays all his bar chords like that. So if you want to have the authentic Partridge sound, you can do it that way. So you get, so he's adding B flat and D. So when you have, after the intro, Towers of London, when they built you, did you watch over the man who fell? G. Then you can do the Collins bass line. It's just 1, 3, 5, 8 in G, G, B, D, G. So that's for the Tower of London. Then Victoria's gem found in somebody's hell. It's just B, A, G, F. Now, if you practice this a bit, you can get the downbeat F and the up half bar. You do it that way, or okay. Then you've got another verse. Oh, so there's a really important link here. Now, I've seen this entabulated on the ye interwebs incorrectly. So you've got to go F, G, A, B flat, F, and then F again, E. He loves his sevenths, Andy. To C. So then it gets back to pavements of gold lead. Hey, just an ordinary C major chord. Now this is a kind of B flat chord, both two C's either side of it. So you have C, F, B flat, C. I think you'll say that's a funny way of describing that chord. But I think Andy just plays B flat there, and Colin's playing B flats. C's rather. So it's the lowest note. But he's singing C. So pavements of gold lead into the underground. Same thing again. I'm always getting attacked by insects out here. G. I would play C major. Now you've got the rising bit is just done on the D string. D, E, F, G. So now back to the F major beginning. And then I'm skipping all the bits that you know the word. To the end of the second bit. Whole bars for these, and then half a bar. Now, if you have a drummer you want to ever try to play the song with, there's a bunch of half bars in here. I haven't bothered to explain that to you because it's quite tedious. But the half bars end up at these bits. So if you've got a drum machine and try to play along with us, you'll really get frustrated because you have all these half bars and the whole machine will end up a half bar out. Then, middle section. D, C sharp, B, A, F sharp, and you end up in F sharp minor. I've seen it in the paintings. D, F sharp minor, back to F sharp minor again. I've seen it back to D, paintings clear as children's. B minor, chalk lines on the paving. C, but really goes. The bass moves down. To my ears, this starts to sound like D7 to G. Once. So. Now you're in G major, which he just stays there the rest of the song. So forget about all the other keys. Everything's now a whole step higher. And you can do the guitar solo a bit if you play open G here. Playing that in the B string. A. So you can play this bit on your own. Back to the middle. Now you get a whole chorus in G. And you can do that same where you imitate the fourth above. So we're doing that down here in F. Just do it a whole step higher in G now. Now after you do that, you get G stays in the bass. So you've got second inversion C major chord with the G in the bass. And the bass, of course, is just going doop, doop on 1 and 3 here. Towers of London, Towers of London, Towers of London. This is a cool part. Really cool because when the key changes, he still uses the same opening and it functions a different way. And now that F sounds a little bit bluesy even in the key context of G major. So I love it when you get back to the now that G is actually our tonic chord. I don't know if he plans these things or they just kind of come out in the wash. Super cool effect. Then you just Londinium, a little bit of Latin for you at the end. La la Londinium, la la Londinium. And you have your board fade out. Or borrow one of the other licks to come up with your ending. But otherwise, happy anniversary to Andy and Colin and Dave. and Terry on 40 years. Well, that record has really aged well. There's a bunch of other great songs on there as well. But I hope they're at least respectively raising a glass to a really great record. And happy anniversary.